Sorry about that. Lady Mech's over there making some dessert. Score. So anyways, with the Ormagons, I hope that they have that. Because right now, I mean, you got to run at least 20 to 30 in a squad or else they just get gunned down before they even get there. And that's target priority number 1. Because it will take out pretty much anything if it reaches there. And I have seen a number of different battle reports where they take a spore pod full of like 20 of them. And it's worked out pretty well. Because you don't care if the synapse doesn't work, because then they just get rage and they attack the closest unit. So that rage gives you an additional attack on the charge, so it works out in your benefit. Strength 3, toughness 3, bummer. So adrenal glands or toxin sacs. Fury's charge versus +1. What is it? Or no, that's right. +1 strength on the charge, or poison. 4 poison. And then troops, Reaper Swarms. I don't see ever actually paying for these. Ever. The only variant I would see was the flying versions, the fast attack ones, the Sky Leash or Swarm Brood, where you take with the Parasite and Mortrex. Other than that, I would never use these guys. They're 10 points, they're actually pretty expensive, and they'll just die on you real quick. So I wouldn't take them. Not to mention the Sky Slasher Swarm is fast attack, and there's that one game I forgot where fast attack counts for scoring as well as an additional point. That's the only downturn. Good and bad is that when the Parasite gets more Reaper Swarms, the flying ones can just stay on an objective and the other ones can just go with Parasite and just kind of move up the board. Anyways, fast attack. Tyranid Shrike Brood. Essentially these are warriors with wings. They may be coming out with a kit with that in the new Codex, which is great because you kind of had to make your own. Anyways, so warriors with wings. So they can move 12 inches. Now you're looking at Rending Claws. And now you're looking at some other abilities. Still can be instant killed. There's still a Synapse creature. I think this is more likely than just the regular ones. They're 30 points versus 35, so 5 points to be able to have wings. That's well worth it. I mean 5 points for wings, so moving 12. I mean, their weapons are 10 to 15 points. Why wouldn't you spend 5 more to make sure that you can move around faster and get away from those scary guys that can instant death you? Alright, the next one is Raveners. I actually like them. A lot of people are afraid of using them. They can be instant killed with Meltas. They have 5 attacks on the charge. And you can give them Rending Claws for 5 points, so 35 points apiece, the same as a Shrike. They have 5 attacks on the charge and Rending Claws. And they're beasts. People forget, beasts can move 12 and move through cover like no problem, like nobody's business. So, you know, people forget or don't judge the distance correctly when it comes to Raveners. I would do maybe 5, and never deep strike them, by the way. Never deep strike them. The last little bit on the Raveners. Rending Claws, Death Spitters maybe, but for the most part, just how they are, love them. 5 attacks on the charge, pretty awesome. And they have the feed instinctual behavior, so they get 2 additional attacks on the charge. So you almost want to get them near the enemy, fail their instinct behavior, and then charge. So you get 6 attacks with Rending Claws. Pretty nice. Anyways, the Sky Slasher Swarm Brood, we already talked about. The only time I would possibly take them is with the Parasite and Mortrex to give him just a couple extra wounds so he doesn't get gunned down flying across the table trying to get into combat. Or maybe an Overwatch or something. Or Overwatch with a Melta or Plasma. So that would be good to do that. So on the other side of the fast attack, the Gargoyle Brood, I don't actually have any. I might get some in the future. depending on what the new Codex actually does for him. The one thing I do like is, well, here's the thing. Toughness 3, Strength 3. You can add adrenal glands, toxin sacs for 1 point each. The biggest thing that I like about him is on a roll to hit of a 6, they automatically cause a wound. No separate wound roll is necessary. That's pretty nice. Especially when you're gonna have to run them in at least group of 20. They have 1 attack each, 2 on the charge. So you have 40 dice. Most likely you're gonna lose probably maybe 5 or 10 on the way there. So you're looking at 20 dice, 6s to hit, automatic wounds, and then you roll the wound there. Possibly, yeah. So they're okay. I might get some in the future. And then the Harpy, which they do not have a model for, nor did I make one, is 160 points, fast attack. I believe it's going to be a flyer of some sort in the new Codex. Strength 6, AP 5, Assault 1, Large Blast, Pinning, 36-inch range. I could see how that would be beneficial, but for 160 points, I don't see it. I wouldn't take him. Based on this Codex right now, I wouldn't take him. He's not even a flying monstrous... I mean, he has wings, but he's not a flying monstrous creature. No, he is flying. Well, he's more... I think he's more of a jump troop than anything. So then, Spore Mine Clusters. I wouldn't take it. Shots from the other team, but probably not. It's a waste. 10 points. If they were like 5, I'd probably take them just to piss the other person off. Bolter! Can you go take Rocco away? Rock away? Get it? Rock away.
I'm not gonna squeak it. It's very subtle in the background. It's not gonna annoy your people. Your people.
You're about to say friends, weren't you?
Your people.
Alright, next is the Carnifex Brood. Extremely powerful unit. Just take it.
Baby, it's so fucking...
I don't know. Fine.
No! Craig! No.
Get it to there. Did I ruin your time when you're making your moves or watching your tennis?
He's
no.
not doing anything.
Bolter. Come here, Bolter.
There we go.
Okay, go. Okay. Carnifex. Super strong unit. Can take them in squads of 3. 160 points. Personally, they're over too expensive. In the new Codex, they said they might reduce the points of this. That would be great, because I think this is the type of unit that you should almost always run in groups of 2 or 3. Pretty resilient. I wish they had 2-up, or at least an armor upgrade to where you could get a 2-up, because they're heavy armored vehicles, really. You can either take them as shooty or assault. Both are good. They're a monstrous creature, they're fearless, and Living Batarang Ram gives them 2 extra attacks, so they get 6 on the charge, which is really nice. You can take a Spore Pod. I probably wouldn't take the Spore Pod, unless you just maybe did 2 of them in Spore Pods, at which you would just freak out the enemy. Where you dropped like 40 Ormagants and 2 Carnifex right into their backfield, and just created a Spore Pod wall. Where then they had to deal with it while your other units were actually coming up. So, I don't have any Carnifex. I believe I might get one pretty soon. But again, one by itself is not the greatest. Old One Eye is a special character of a Carnifex. 260 points. I doubt I'll see ever using him. He's got a lot of neat little abilities, but not worth 260 points. So, and I think they only have an old model of it, like an old metal model of like the really old Carnifex model. Biovores, I've actually considered maybe getting a squad of 3 of them. The Barrage, Strength 4, I believe it is. Spore Mine Launcher. Yeah. Strength 4, AP 4, Salt 1, Barrage, Large Blast. You get a group of 3 of these and you start flipping templates out there where you just start generating a ton of different wounds. And even if you miss completely, you create spore pots or spore mines. So, and spore mines are just those annoying things that take up shots where they have to deal with them or they could get free wounds. Anything free is good. So free troops, free wounds, free attacks, whatever. Yeah, so I've considered getting them. They're only 45 points a piece. You can't upgrade them on all. You just get 3 of them, sit them in the back, and just start launching in. They have a pretty long range, don't they? Yeah, they have a 40-inch range, so the same range as a Luda. So that would be good. Trigon, 200 points. And you can upgrade to a Trigon Prime, which makes them a Synapse creature, which is really good. And then that also includes them having a Shadow of the Warp as well. And they can also have Contaminant Spines, which is Strength 5, AP 5, Assault 12, 18-inch. So 240 points for a Strength 6, Toughness 6, 6 wounds, 7 attacks on the charge, and you get re-rolling because you have 2 sets of Scything Talons. Now, I didn't talk about that. If you have 1 set of Scything Talons, you get to re-roll ones. If you have 2 sets, you get to re-roll misses. So that's huge. So you're going to be hitting with a large percentage of your attacks. Adrenaline glands, toxic sacs. You're already re-rolling, and poison doesn't matter. Your strength 6, so it doesn't matter on large creatures. Regeneration, you have a very slight chance of getting wounds back. I think in the new edition they need to lower regeneration. Every new Codex that comes out has like one really cheeseball thing that comes out. Eldar with their Knight, and that they pretty much have everything twin linked. Tau pretty much had everything twin linked, and then they had the Overwatch where everyone and their mother can Overwatch. And then Eldar had that move, run, shoot. Battle Tactics, I think it's called. So everybody's got their little cheese thing. And then even Dark Angels have the, you get to double the amount of shots if you have like this 15-point upgrade flag or whatever. I think it would be nice to lower regeneration because they are creatures and they adapt really fast that they get their wounds back. But we'll see. And then the Moloch is a variation of the Trigon. Well, I mean, it's a different character, but same box. And it's 170 points. It's Strength 6, Toughness 6, Wound 6, Attacks 3, so half as many attacks, but it does a neat little subterranean attack that is really nice. I've used from time to time, it's been nice. So from the deep, comes from deep, from reserve, and it's a large blast, and it does scatter. Every unit under the template suffers a number of Strength 6 AP 2 hits equal to the number of models that are in the unit that are wholly and partially covered by the template. So if you go over a group of cultists, and you can get like 7 or 8 cultists, you get strengths, you're hitting 2s and they can't block. So you can just wipe out a huge chunk of them. and cause them to take a morale test. And then maybe the next turn you can either burrow again, and then the next turn you can do that. The thing that sucks is that you have a slim chance of doing, well, you have a pretty decent chance of doing it in second, third you burrow, no, second, and then third you burrow, and then fourth, and then sixth. So you can only burrow like 3 times. And if you scatter and you waste a turn, there you go, all your points is out the doors. So what I would probably do is come in, do it, and either burrow again to try and get it one more time, and then at the end, instead of burrowing for the third time or second time, I would just actually assault and use him up. So he's pretty good. I see myself using that, especially strength 6, AP 2, and you force him to move out of the way, so you could actually force him off an objective, which would be nice. Not only do you cause them to do a morale check, but you could force them off an objective in turn 6. That could make the difference in a game. But and then the next is the Tyranids, which is another variation of the Turvagon, and this is the tank. He's got 2+ armor, which is kind of ridiculous that a Tyranids at 250 points has got 2+ armor, and a Carnifex, which is around 200 points, it doesn't have a 2+ armor. They should fix that. This guy's got a ton of different weapons, and he can shoot most of them at every turn. And you can make him anti-tank, anti-troop, flesh bore hive. So he has a weapon, flesh bore hive, 12 inches, strength 4, AP 5, assault 20. He's ballistic skill 3, so he hits on 4s, but you're shooting 20 dice. On statistics, you're either hitting on 10 or 11, and then you're wounding 5 to 6-ish. Pretty good. Cause people to do armor saves. That's the best way to do it. And then he also has a acid spray, which is a template. No, it's not. Yeah, it is a template. So it's like a heavy flamer poison template. So it's a strength 6, AP 4, assault 1. But it does something special. I forgot what it does. Oh, oh shit. Wow, okay, I didn't know this before, and I need to fix this, but it's actually a torrent flamer. So you can shoot it out 12 inches, as long as the little end is no closer than the big end. So it's a torrent strength 6, AP 4, ignores cover. That's a big deal. Which makes me seriously reconsider using him a lot more than what I am right now. So torrent weapons are amazing in 6th edition. Any kind of flame template. So that means if you assault him, he gets the Overwatch with that, or Wall of Death or whatever. But he's 250 points. Rupture Cannon's 50. So you're looking at 265. Or you can upgrade him with a Strength 10 weapon. Against vehicles, Strength 10, AP 4, Assault 2. He only hits on 4s. So that's 15 points, so that's 265. So you're looking at 260, 265 for something that, well, Adrenal Glands, Toxin Sacs, Regeneration wouldn't do him. He's not an assault guy. He only has 3 attacks. His weapon skills kind of crappy at 3. Initiative 1, so I wouldn't do that. But he sounds even better now that he has a torrent. So anyways, that's the end of the Tyranid Codex. I'm excited. We're painting our Tyranids. We try not to play without paint, at least having some painted models, or the majority of them painted. I want to get at least a good solid 1,000 points so I can start playing. And kind of relearn them, because I had a Tyranid army maybe about 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, but I sold it. And then they came out with the new models for the Turvagons and all that, and I had a client that ordered about 2,000, 2,500 Tyranids, and the red and blue ones, if you guys ever saw them on my Instagram, and they're just a lot of fun. They got a little bit of a randomness to them, which I like, and they're really good at killing Space Marines. I don't know how the new Codex would do against them, but they're a lot of fun. They have a lot of unique units, and that you can make your own. Just like the Orc Codex, I love being able to make my own bugs. Like the Parasite of Mortrex, even if they come out with a new model, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong, because there could be that unknown bug that no one knows about, because Tyranids are very secretive, that could look like something else but do the same thing. So anyways, that's Tyranids. Might be looking at doing Imperial Guard. If you can, leave a comment, maybe with or send me an email at MiniGamePainter@gmail. You can send a list of your army that you're looking at doing. Most of my expertise is Imperial Guard, Tyranids, Orcs, Space Wolves, pretty much any kind of Space Marine, and Tau I'm pretty good on. I know a good amount about the new Codex. Eldar I haven't really played too much, but I should be getting a new Eldar one in the mail to do a paint job, so I'll be able to play around with that and do some battle reports. So anyways, other than that, school started, so Game Workshop has been kind of dead, so there hasn't been that many opponents, so I'm going to try to kind of branch out and try to actually schedule some opponents instead of just walking in and hoping someone's there. But please remember to subscribe, leave a comment, see what else you like. You know, what is your favorite Tyranid character that you've either seen in a battle report or you've actually played with? Let me know.